guys, it's Sarah, and today is Booklist Thursday. This is a video series I do with my friend Lindsay over at Lindsay's Little Library. And every Thursday we bring you some sort of book list or topic that we feel like talking about for the week. And this week we are going to be recommending and talking about some books that are based on either folklore or mythology. I have 5 books to talk about here. 3 of them I have read, 2 of them I have not. So we'll start with the ones I have not read yet. So the first one here is The Bear and the Nightingale. This is by Catherine Arden. This is the first book in a trilogy. And this is a fantasy book that is based on Russian folklore. And I think it's something about a village that is surrounded by woods, but there is something in the woods that is either protecting the village, but in order to keep that going, it requires some sort of sacrifice. I think that's what this is. This has been out for quite a long time, and I can't believe I haven't read it yet, but yeah, but Russian folklore is this one. Another one I have not read yet is A Fate Inked in Blood by Danielle L. Jensen. I am really hoping I'm going to get to this one here pretty soon, at least sometime this year, because the sequel is coming out, and I've decided I'm going to buy the sequel because I want the foiled edges, because these are blue foiled edges and the new one has red, and I'm just going to get it, and it's fine. Okay, this one is based on Norse mythology, which is very interesting. I haven't read a whole lot of books that I'm aware of that are based on Norse mythology. So yeah, at some point I would really like to read this, and I'm thinking this year for sure, because I had a chance to see Danielle L. Jensen at Comic-Con this past year, and I really liked her personality, and the way she was talking and what she was saying made me really want to pick up her books. So yeah. Okay, the ones that I have read are actually all based on Greek mythology. So apparently that's something that is catnip for me because I read all these. First one is Lore by Alexander Bracken. I loved this book so much. This one, I flew through it, even though it's not necessarily a tiny book. But we are following our main character. Her name is Lore, and she is a descendant of Medusa. And every so often, the gods will come down to Earth in a very specific location. They pick where they're going to be doing these things. And they have kind of a Hunger Games-esque type of situation. Now, what I really liked about this is that if you kill a god or, a god, then you inherit their powers. So very high stakes for these gods because they don't want to lose their powers, and they don't want to lose the control that they have. So whoever wins gets control until the next game. And yeah, this was so fantastic because Laura wants nothing to do with this. She doesn't even want to recognize her heritage anymore. She's really over it, but she's basically forced into the situation here. And it was fantastic. I loved it so much. Okay, next one is a book that I just recently finished, and that is The Games Gods Play by Abigail Owen. This is one that we are doing a buddy read for Booklist Thursday. And I really like this one a lot. But this is kind of a very similar situation as that one, where the gods are competing. However, they are not themselves competing, and then themselves are not in danger. They are picking people to represent them. And those are the people that are in danger and playing, this very deadly game because people are losing their lives. And I loved it. So this one is a big focus on Hades and the person that he chooses to represent him in the games. And yeah, I liked it. I liked it a lot. And then the last one is also based on Greek mythology, and that is Lovely War by Julie Berry. This book is so underrated. I don't know a lot of people who've read this book or have even heard of it, but the people who have absolutely loved it, and myself included. I loved this book. I would reread this again, no problem. Now, this one is telling about romance between 2 people, both in World War I and World War II. So 2 different situations happening, but it is being told by the Greek gods because there is something that has happened within their world, the god's world, and people are having to answer for some situations. So they go into the story about these 2 couples in 2 different wartime situations, and kind of how they helped influence the outcome, even though they're not really supposed to. And so the whole narration is by the Greek gods, and you're getting that throughout the story. and it's hilarious. And the gods are so funny. And just seeing them interact together was really good. And I loved the romances as well. They were fantastic. And just, I loved everything about this book, you guys. And I really don't think enough people have read it. So if you have not read this book, please do it. Please do yourself a favor. And it's fantastic. Okay, guys, those are some books that I have on my shelves that are based on either folklore or mythology. Let me know down below if you guys have some favorites that are based on either folklore or mythology. Let me know some that come to your mind, and I would love to hear about them. Maybe I can add them to my TBR as well. And make sure you go check out Lindsay and see which ones she's talking about today. And we will see you again soon. Have a great day. Bye.